Hello there, everyone. Shadovin here. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to more Elden Ring action. Hey, Blue Blur. Let's get back into the game without further ado, folks. Do good, Blue Blur. How are you doing? So when last I left you, I was not where I'm at now. I did some farming at the ball farm I showed the last stream. Got a bunch of souls, or runes rather, to run around and buy out a bunch of the merchants in the area. So that is done, so now we can get back to the business of actually playing the game. So first thing we want to go down here so we can finish off this area. Blue Blur, you're doing good. Good because you got a PS5, and bad because Nintendo Support sucks. Nintendo Support does suck. Oh, it's so dark in the cave. I forgot. Do I want to go do the loop? I want to do the loop. We're going to make a quick side detour, chat, to get something which is going to make dealing with the caves way less annoying. Then we're going to start knocking out content. Dungeon after dungeon shall fall before our might. We hope. Of course, we got our new weapon. Looks great. Let's try it out on this guy. Oh, didn't one-hit kill. I mean, it is completely unupgraded. Guys, see everything by following this route, which is following the actual route intended by the game. We do not yet have any of our upgraded materials. So that is slightly problematic in a sense. Let's go and rest here and reset the enemies. Well, it's not problematic. I mean, this is what would have happened if you played it normally. It's just slightly, it's an NPC. We're not going to talk to her right now, because that is a timed quest, and we are shaken, which means someone has found the Dixper extension. So hello out there, whoever found it. Welcome in. Grizz. You know, deep down in my heart, I knew it was going to be Grizz too. Okay, got the morning star. Let's mount back up and get out of here. Grizz, how are you doing, bud? Come here, you. 3 hits. Alright. Cool. Got that. Got another merchant, which, you know what, we'll go and talk to while we're here. Don't need anything he has. I mean, he's got a couple things I'm going to want, actually, so I'm going to need to save up some more money. It has been a good Saturday, Grizz. I'd originally joked that I was going to... See, y'all see how much hair I have, and how thick it is. I'd originally joked that if I got 30 subs this stream, or $100 in donations, whichever happened first, or the equivalent, essentially. I had joked that I was going to buzz my head like full-on military G.I. Jane crew cup. I made that joke on my Twitch, or on my Discord. No one really replied to it, so it's kind of hanging out there. We'll see if there's enough... if enough people are like, yeah, let's do that. So it's not off the table. You think my wife would kill me? Who do you think's going to cut it? If it happens, Chris. Who do you think's going to be the one to do it? So yeah, that's out there. support of all my military friends and family. Do the full-on crew cut. Might actually even be shorter than what the crew cut really is. I'm not sure. Hey, Carrot. So yeah, if you want to see that, we've got to get subs, donations, tips, and bits rolling in. Like I said, I'm only halfway serious because I don't think there's going to be a lot of demand for it, but if it happens, I'll do it. Super high top, what? Super flat top, high and tight. Never had a high and tight. That'd be a look. You might be getting a job soon, Blue Blur. Well, that's exciting news. Those watching wonder what we're doing. We're hitting the southern peninsula. This is a zone. We're not going to do anything here yet. We'll actually end up coming back to this place. For now, we're just running through again to get a couple upgrades, access a few things. But the main reason we're here, of course, is this death? No, okay. Main reason we're here is to go talk to a vendor. We will come to this place at a much later date to actually start knocking out content. Right now, like I said, we just want to go to a vendor. I'm going to kill these guys only because if they drop their spear, that might change our projected plans for this game, for this playthrough. I've always wanted to do a playthrough with their spear. It's one of the best dexterity weapons in the game. Did kill it. It's a pretty rare drop. Blue Blur, where you going to be getting a job, bud? What you going to be doing? Share with your Uncle Shadovin. Your gaming dad. Well, we are going to rest at this one, both because there's some Melna dialogue to be had and to get the enemies off my butt. Alright. That flask is getting mighty beefy. What you got for me, Melna?
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you?
I'm interested.
In Marika's own words, then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed. Return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden ring. Grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
Lord Godfrey. And we got that beast right there. What's that? You sent me a picture of the high and tight? Woo! Oh, I don't know about that. Let's just go. Let's start by buzzing it. Let's see if there's any interest in buzzing it to begin with. Yeah, let's keep it one thing at a time, Gris. So yeah, 30 subs. I want to make it, you know, somewhat unrealistic to reduce the chance I have to do it. Yes, 30 subs or $100 total in donations, and the hair comes off. We don't need to go up there yet. Alright, so we got a couple things down through here we got to hit. There is a grace somewhere. Of course, there's a mausoleum out there. You can see it. We ain't super concerned with that either. I'll explain what those are. I'll explain what those are and what they do later. when we go mess with them. Right now we're trying to just make our way in the world today. What is Shadowin? What is Shadowin got a low taper fade? I don't know what that is. The haircut I have been getting lately is a fade. I think it's called a high fade. Again, I'm not the expert. We'll go ahead and grab this just so I don't have to think about it later. Whew. The fact we don't even kill rats, folks, with one hit. It's not good. What's this say? Sniper and then oh, this cave. I know what's in here. Get out of here. Wasn't too bad. It's a meme. This kid made a song and it said, well, if Ninja got a low taper fade, then it went viral. The Ninja decided to get a low taper fade because of it. Who's Ninja? Who is this Ninja? I'm being facetious. I know. I know he's a Fortnite guy. Now, I don't know anything about him beyond that. But I do at least know that. Really, the only thing I know about him is that really sad, pathetic video where he like does some event somewhere. Oh shit! Nope. Okay, that worked. I don't know. It's like New York. He did like some meet and greet thing, and he's like acting like a DJ playing music, trying to get the crowd hyped. And he's over there like raising his arms, like going crazy, and then flashes to the crowd, and no one could be bothered to give a damn. Pretty funny. Don't meet your heroes, I guess. Alright, we're almost done running around. I think we're going to have more Mel in the dialogue here. We're not. Yeah, he tried to get everybody to floss in the rain, that's what it was. Listen, the first problem there is to try to get everybody to floss. Oh, this is death. I messed up. Yep. Oh, are they, Grizz? Oh, so they're fighting the wolves. Okay. Like I said, I had a strong suspicion that if I just released them, they'd either leave or go after the goblins. For those wondering what the hell they're talking about, me and another viewer were talking about a D&D game we both partook in earlier. It was pretty cool. Oh, God. Why would you shoot Torrent like that? Torrent is best boy. Man. Gotta get our runes back. Really, put my runes all the way in the church? I mean, whatever. Just be glad I got them back. Alright, we're almost done. We literally just got to go visit one merchant. Dog. And here is where we're going, chat. And this will get us the last item that I really want to have for dealing with the caves. Alright, and that is, of course, the lantern chap.
Have a safe.
Much better, as you can see. Oh, no, I agree, Chris. That's one of the neat things about playing a pre-written module like we are. Like I said, it's interesting seeing different groups tackle the same content in different ways. Probably dramatically different parties, too. I doubt that they have a Githyanki priest of law and order, a bugbear barbarian, and a Gif, aka hippopotamus spaceman, gunsmith. Bye, little friends. Someone died here. Bunch of bloodstains. It's a powerful weapon. The fact that just one hits them is very nice. They aren't as thick as us. I mean, it's true. We have a lot of thickness in our group. Alright, chat. What do you think? Do we summon the NPC to give us an edge in this fight? Or do we go in blind and do it on our own? He is a beefy boy. We can summon Old Knight Istvan. Or do we just go in and try and handle business by ourselves? I am going to summon NPCs when it matters for quest progression. I will overrule you all at that point. But I'll let y'all make the decision here. Hands in the air so I can't touch. Are we summoning or not summoning? Fight alone or fight with friends? Fight alone. Not just fight alone in all caps. Blue Blur feels strongly about that. I don't know that I've fought this boss by myself before. Alright, well that's one of them dead. Oh, God. God, I'm stuck! I'm stuck in the damn monkeys! You know what? I need to get rid of the, shit! Woo! Alright, let's make some room. Let ourselves get a little overwhelmed there. Alright, now we're back in it. Come on. There we go. There we go, chap. Whew, that got a little dicey. That got a little dicey. I let myself get overwhelmed. I went straight for the big guy when I should have focused out the little guys. But it worked out. Alright, now we need to return. And we need to go talk to everybody's favorite downtrodden citizen of the lands between. Because we got something for him. We got sewing needles given to him by his mother. And this is going to help him realize that he needs to not give up. That he needs to be strong, like us. Ignore his appearance, chat. He is lovely.
And that's how I always
So yeah, he had a sewing kit. That's all he had to remember his mom by. I'm very kind, and he can't just curl up and die. All right, let's get in our Discord here real quick. We need to turn on. We didn't turn on streamer mode directly for some reason. Let's get streamer mode turned on here so you're not hearing notifications. There we go. That's better, chat. And you'll notice he's gone. Don't worry. He will make another appearance. Let's clear them out of the way. Just the chaff. You'll notice these guys stay dead, which is very strange. Normally that does not happen in this game. Oh, that one got a little yeeted action. Alright, so we're going to fight our way up and through. Also, real quick before we forget, we can mark this cave as done. That is the system I like to use to keep track of where I'm at, because I've got so many different playthroughs of this game going, and I've never beaten any of them. So, you know, it's important to try and keep up with where I've been and what I've done. God, this weapon is so good. I can't believe I've never used it, chap. That view. Alright, this brings us out here. So, got a few things. There's a couple items to get. The main thing is this church, which we can use as we kill dragons. We can come here and we can offer their hearts, or we can learn cool dragon powers. Yeah, the Church of Dragon Communion. There's an item somewhere in here, I think. Or no, there used to be. I think they changed it. Yeah. So that's the altar you would examine if you had the stuff to do with, which I don't. I ain't killed any dragons yet. Keyword being yet. The day will come, chat, when the courage of Shadowman does not fail, and he kills a dragon. Yeah, this is your clue that if you go way to the east over there, you would find another church, the actual Dragon Cathedral. We ain't gonna be doing that for a little bit of time, chat. Death? Nope, not death. Close. Fall damage can be oddly deceptive in this game, because you can jump way higher than you've ever been able, or fall from way higher than you've ever been able to in a Souls game. Other than with the exception of Sekiro. However, that increased fall damage is deceptive because you make bad choices. Or at least I do. Alright, that was everything. Alright, so that's everything on here. Like I said, the only point of coming here was to go through the cave, take care of Bach, and move along. So now, we can get back to carving out this lower region. So all this is done other than a boss, which I need to mark. That boss we will not be touching for quite some time, chat. So instead we're going to go to Achill Lake North. We got a cave here. Got a cave here. Like a cave here. And then of course we got this here. So we're going to hit all these places. Mount up, roll out. Didn't give me the proper kill. Those swords sticking by the ground are places that have some interesting lore. I'm not going to bother with them, y'all. As I said, we're not getting too heavily invested in the story on this run, at least until I get caught up where I'm at. I already know the story. Those of you who don't, if you really want it, you can, yeah, we'll talk. I'm assuming no one would sit here and watch me sink time into the story. Whoa! Oh, no! This is death, chat. This is guaranteed death. I am not high enough. I am not powerful enough to be fighting multitudes of these guys yet. At least I don't think so. Oh. Honestly, it's almost worse these on foot. Shit. Yep. Do we do jumping attacks, chat? Because jumping attacks are really powerful. Woo! Aw. Nice. Okay, we're alright. Oh, Lord. Okay, I really thought that we were dead there, chat. So nice this guy did not pay attention. I was really hoping to get a chunk of their armor, but that's alright. Well, we did get our... So that's... You'll notice that my health items were regenerating there. So when you kill groups of enemies, not in the dungeons, just out in the open world, every time you defeat a group, some of your flask will come back. Now, what defines a group can be a little tricky sometimes. But in this case, it was the enemies outside the camp, and then the enemies actually inside. Oh, I about dove to my death. Alright, so that takes out this one. Now we're going to follow this ledge to get to the next point of interest for us. Which I believe is actually right here. Yep, it's right here actually. It's not anywhere near where I marked the path. To go ahead and rest up, let's replenish. So as you can see, you can actually, no, right there. Back this way. You can actually drop down right here. And a little bit of damage, not a lot. There's some stuff here. Most importantly, if we go back this way, we're going to have ourselves an interesting encounter. So we're going to go this way first. Now, we're about to have a scenario that may kind of suck. We'll see. I hope it doesn't. But I am going into a dungeon that I believe has the gargoyles. And I'm going in without a shield because of the weapon I'm using. And the gargoyles are just the worst, chat. And we need one more point of strength to be able to one-hand our weapon. Now we can still block with it, but it doesn't block all damage. Let's take a real quick look around, make sure we're not, and we were. So you gotta be real careful with our spacing. Because these things are actually pretty deadly. They don't really seem it, but they are a pain. like to get this one to come to me. If you can't tell, this game has traps. Obviously. And I'm trying to lure him into the trap. And that is why. Ow! Alright, let's just rush him. There we go. That wasn't too awful. Somewhere, chat, a heavy door is open. It's actually not terribly hard to find. It's right there. Well, that was awfully convenient of you. Glad you could just run at me like that. And let's deal with you. Woo! Almost hit the trap. Alright. It wasn't too bad. Oh, what is our boss here? Beast ahead, try circling around. Weak foe ahead. Try circling around. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, this guy's kind of a beast. I mean, literally. Woo! Ah, okay, well, or not. That guy, sometimes he's rough, sometimes he's not. And evidently with this weapon, because I ain't going to claim it was skill. But with this weapon, he is not too bad. Well, that is most excellent, chat. Another easy dungeon down. As we slowly make our way in the world today. Now, we do still have stuff down through here, which we'll get to. Now we're going to go deal with what is probably the hardest fight at this early point of the game. And it's the hardest fight, chat, because we are fighting an NPC invader. So for those who haven't played the Souls series, the way multiplayer works is you can summon help into your game. You can summon another human player. But if you open yourself up to help, you also open yourself up to PvP, to being invaded by another human player who tries to kill you. You cannot turn it off. You cannot opt out of it. In the earlier games, you didn't even need to have people with you. You could just be attacked if you were playing online. And that's how the series has always worked. The series also, though, has NPC invaders to kind of simulate that idea. We're going to encounter our first one right now, and he is a doozy at this point in the game. You'll notice I got kicked off my horse there. That is a clear sign that you are being invaded by Bloody Finger Naragus. Here they come. I have to be very careful because the weapon they're wielding will kill me in no time.
If it isn't Marius, the bloody finger, the end is nigh. For you and your blood.
And you heard Hunter Yura, who is coming to help me fight. Slowly but surely. Oh, we're dead. We're probably dead. Come on. Ah, there's what we needed. Nice. Thank you, Yura. So Yura is a hunter. He hunts these bloody fingers, as they're called. And we will get some more lore on that shortly. Sapper, hello, welcome into the stream. But that's basically what's up with Yora. You'll meet him, we'll meet him again throughout the game. So for now, we can run back this way. And there he is. He's got some chat, which I'll let y'all listen to.
Ah, we meet again. To have fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers.
I do recall.
Tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own. You stay the path. You are certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it.
So,
Don't let your emotions stay your blade.
with just that little bit of dialogue, we learn that the hunters who hunt other tarnished are all considered mad, and that there are people out there who are actively hunting them. That is a great example of this game's story and its lore. How they can take with and do so much with so little. Now, instead of giving you a whole bunch of lore, minutes of cutscenes being expounded and all that, they just, you get little bits and pieces like that which flesh out the world. So this is Murkwater Cave. It's our next cave we're going to knock out. Alright. And that right there is a big pivotal moment for us, which is we can now one-hand our weapon, which means we can put a shield back on. Specifically, we're going to put on the brass shield. However, this puts us at a heavy load. So at this point, we're going to just drop our armor off entirely. We can put our helmet back on, though, which is going to help. So this is what our character's going to look like for a little bit, to give us the most defense possible while still being able to use the shield. Because having a shield is really nice. Alright, so this is a cave filled with some bandits. And there's actually some pressure plates on the floor. And if you hit them, a whole lot of bandits get summoned in. But if you don't hit them, you can fight them piecemeal, which is obviously, much preferable for us. Nicely done. So we do all that to get a mushroom. So, game's clearly trolling you there just a little bit. Next, we're going to go meet another reoccurring person. This person has been in every one of FromSoft's Souls series since the beginning, since the original Demon Souls. Free loot. Yeah, let's not equip that. Patches! Again, for those who have played this game, you know exactly who Patches is. You either love him or you hate him. And the thing is, Patches is the ultimate troll in a FromSoft game. But at this point, so you could keep fighting him and you could kill him, which gives you some stuff, but if you wait, he surrenders, which unlocks a quest line, it unlocks a vendor, and it's Patches. You don't want to kill Patches, do you? So basically, Patches is human as well. He plays dumb, acts like it was just a big misunderstanding, da-da-da-da-da. Tells you basically he robs people and he's going to set up a shop. So, that's all we can do with Patches for now. But when we come back here later, he will have a full-fledged shop ready to go for us. And that's significant because that shop is actually going to have some items in it that we are going to want. Alright, so patch is out of the way. And we don't need to mark this anything other than this symbol so we know we completed it. We're going to continue down. So we're going to finally head into the swamp. Well, if I remember correctly, they call it a lake, but you'll understand here in a second. For my resident naughty folks in the house, these enemies right here are called squirters. And that's what they do. They squirt out poison. Get your giggles out of your system now. Enjoy that. I didn't name them. That's what the game calls them. Giant enemy crab, chat. Another reoccurring enemy in a Souls game. Well, I say reoccurring. It's really more of a Dark Souls 3. Which I started with Dark Souls 2. I actually played Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 1, and then Dark Souls 3. Ah! That hurt, but I got what I needed, so bye. Let's go and pop a heal on the way. Bye, crab. You did nothing wrong. I'm merely punishing you for the sins of your forefathers. Your bigger squirts out here. Alright, so there's an item over here we're going to run and get. I don't remember what it is. I'm fairly certain it's nothing like super useful. So these things are not terribly dangerous, except for the fact that they do this. They put out poison clouds. Poison is a problem. Now, you can get notes from vendors throughout the game. And if you do, they'll give you little tips that for the most part aren't needed. The tip you give about these things is not useful per se. Like, it never really is useful to dealing with them. But it's a neat little fact. And that fact, chat, is if you poison them, they explode. Which, you know, weird, right? But there you have it. So if you poison them, they're going to explode. Which, again, I just find humorous since, you know, they're made of poison. So we're going this way. We're hugging this wall because if we go to our left, we're going to summon the dragon. I don't want to deal with the dragon just yet. I would like to upgrade my weapon, you know, a couple times, ideally, before dealing with the wet dragon. This is our first mine, chat. So the mines are really cool. They are full of upgrade materials for your weapons. They have hidden paths, which admittedly, once you know how the mines go, are not so hidden. Because every mine generally, until about the second half of the game, every mine generally has the exact same layout. Which is, you start up top, you jump down the sides, you got some more sides with stuff. Like I said, not hard to figure out once you know the secrets. The enemies here are interesting. So weapons in Souls games are either piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning. Very Dungeons and Dragon-esque in that regard for those who played those. And some enemies can be resistant. So I will show you an example. The enemies in here are these miners that are have rocky hides. And if you smack them one-handed with an edged weapon or piercing, it bounces off. If you use a two-handed weapon or a piercing weapon, though, you can kill them just fine. As I said, we are a weak chat. I mean, our weapons, we've not upgraded our weapons at all. We barely upgrade our damage stats. We are weak. But even as weak as we are still going to be able to complete all this. Because these enemies aren't terribly hard as long as you know what you're doing. I say, as this one immediately gets a hit in on me. So, you know, it's not much you can do to make up for not having skill. You've also probably noticed every swing I take that I have stamina. Ooh, rats. So a big part of this game is managing your stamina. Because if you don't have stamina, you can't block. Because they will just guard break you, which means for a few seconds, you are completely vulnerable to damage as you just stagger back. So, stamina, it's a big deal. Alright, looks like we got all the ore that was in here. So let us continue on, which we have our next lift down. Y'all know the drill, I just showed it to you. We send the lift down, and then we take the hidden path. And you always take the hidden path because it normally has free smithing stones. Smithing stones, which you all just saw me pick up a couple. That is how you upgrade your weaponry. And there are different levels of smithing stones. 1 all the way through 10. Though they don't call the 10 a 10. They call it something else. A slab. Actually, there's a lot more than that in this version. Anyway, point is, there's numbered smithing stones. They're used to upgrade your character. That's how you upgrade your weapons. So your damage is gate-kept by that. I mean, there are people out there that can beat this game at level 1 without ever leveling up, without ever upgrading a weapon, using the worst weapons in the game. I'm not one of those people. So we need to upgrade our stuff. But the better stones, yeah, that's right, Grizz. You come back and I've taken clothes off. Go away again and come back and we'll see what else happens. So as I was saying, stones, here they are. As you can see, the reinforced armament's up to level 3, plus 6, da-da-da, so on and so forth. Probably twerking again? Not yet. No one's paid me the twerk yet. The offer's always out there, chat. Rude. For those watching on YouTube who can't see my Twitch chat or watching this VOD later. My chat's being so rude to me. Alright, let's time this a little better this time. Now let's charge up. Hey, there we go. That's better. Nope. Oh, that's the flamethrower you got. That guy, if I hadn't taken him out so quickly, was going to launch fire at me. Can't be mean if it's true, Carrot. I would disagree. You can be both mean. You can absolutely be both mean and telling the truth. Explosive stone clump. Doesn't really do anything useful, but I suppose it's something to have. No, you're not telling the truth. I'm just saying, as an example. You don't try and get me tongue twisted, you little whippersnapper. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any somber stones, it would appear. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. So there's two types of weapons in this game. There's regular weapons, which can be upgraded with regular smithing stones. And then there's boss weapons and special weapons. for those, you have to have somber stones, which are much more rare, obviously. And they're not necessarily more powerful, they're just different. And balancing is a whole nother conversation in a Souls game we can get into that we're not going to right now. Alright, we're going to fight ourselves our first troll. And again, we're going to fight it solo, no help. And the trolls are not hard. I mean, that's basically what you do. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. You aim for the legs, knock them down. Jump attacks are also great. And there we go. So note, chat, the Souls games have a reputation for being very difficult. I mean, that's what they're known for. They're too hard. They're too hard. They're not so much hard as it is the game does not hold your hand in any way, shape, or form, and it doesn't go out your way to teach you anything. But when you know the mechanics and you know how to play the game, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm a great example. I'm not great at these games. I just decimated that thing. And again, it's not because I'm great at the game. It's just because I've got a decent weapon, and I know how to fight it. And my weapon's not even upgraded. So, alright, all that smack talking aside, I think I want to go up here and knock out... Yeah, I think I want to go knock this out next. There's also, I don't think I ever went and got him. Somewhere along one of these ledges. Is it up here, perhaps? I think it might be up here. It's either up here or down on one of these ledges. There's a guy. It's got some stuff. Let's go figure it out, chat. Let's go figure it out. I don't want to run around at night. Running around at night, chat. There are bosses that only spawn at night, as well as enemies and such. Nighttime is generally more dangerous. So we're going to keep leveling up our strength and dex till we get both to 20. Then we're going to put our endurance up to 15. Nothing new we want to mix there. So we got to get our endurance up so we can finally put a shirt on. I know some of y'all don't mind the fact I don't have a shirt on, but I'd like one. Yeah, I did go up here because that's where the golem was. Okay. I'm pretty sure I did this full area with Alexander. But if not, let's go take a look real quick. Just take a quick peek around, run the edges. There's a knight I'm looking for. You're not what I'm looking for, but I'm going to kill you just to be safe. That's fine. There's a knight enemy I'm looking for. There's a troll. We could go fight this troll for no good reason, chat. And problem solved. Troll down. Bye, troll. And yeah, like I said, there's no reason to kill that troll. There's a basic item down there. It's nothing special. Okay. Yeah, I thought we might. So, you know what? Since we're here, this isn't quite what I was going to hit next, but we're going to go ahead and go take care of this. So you notice this wind that's popping up here. That means that's a spirit spring. So I can fall without being hurt. Whoa, God! Likewise, I can jump up that on torrent without a problem. It's a little lift. It's kind of neat. So running all the way down this end because there's another dungeon. Y'all know how much I love them dungeons. There it is. The High Road Cave. Like I said, chat, this early part here, it's all about roaming the land, getting cool stuff, getting power. Okay, that needs to change. Clearly, in another playthrough, I put the lantern in this spot because I keep defaulting to pressing it. Oh, what's in this cave? Oh, I know what cave this is. This cave is a pain. So carefully work our way down, chat, and then we move along. Got some wolves. Pretty easy to take out. If you rush the wolves and don't give them a chance to start their bullshit, they ain't bad. It's when you let them start their bullshit that they start getting, well, bullshitty. Now you do gotta watch out for the white ones, they're more powerful. But like I said, not too bad, right? Don't worry though. By the time we're done with this cave, it will have its fair share of bullshit. This is one of the first early caves that I died a bunch at that I remember. And soon you will see why. Let's go this way first, I believe. Dead end, just some cave moss. Nothing special about cave moss. We'll pick it up. But it's not super important right now. Got more doggos. Take out the doggos, chap. I know. No one likes beating up the puppers, but in this case, you don't beat up the puppers, they will beat up you. Alright, got some fire grease. That is a buff. What that means is that is... Ow. That means that is a item that you can put on your weapon that will give it fire damage for a short amount of time. And it actually looks really cool because the whole blade actually lights up with flame. Pretty neat stuff. Now, we get our first, what I refer to as a bullshit enemy. Because they suck. Ooh, and I about tripped over the edge on that one. The bats just suck because they fly around, they're annoying, they do a lot of damage at this early point. They have special attacks that can really mess you up. And like I said, they're just annoying. Plus they're hard to hit sometimes, depending on what weapon you're using. Luckily, we are using this big honking two-handed sword, which is actually fairly good at hitting these bats, it would seem. Makes sense. Got these nice, wide, sweeping attacks. Bunch of land octopuses. Yes, that is the actual name of these enemies. More golden runes. Gotta love them. Those are items that have runes in them that you use for leveling up. Except you can use them at any point. Which I'll show you as we get to it, my preferred way to use them. Shamshir. It's a weapon I have never once ever even pulled out. I honestly don't even know what it looks like. Whoa! Asshole. Didn't even realize it was there. Ooh, okay. I'm Excuse the startled gasp there, chat. I did not think I had that. Alright, here's our first really nasty enemy. Well, I say first. This is our first really nasty one of these. Wow, this weapon is really good. Wish I had used this a long time ago. My last time I came through this area, I was playing a mage, and early game mages are not stellar, to say the least. So I'm having a whole different experience right now. Okay, I already went this way. Back up we go. Like, yeah, this is a lot easier early on. Alright, dead dude. Alright, this is what we're looking for. So, a little bit of loot to be had. A couple items. It also gives you access to this drop. So this is where the boss is. I could have ran across that and made a jump. If you fall, you're dead. This is just a much safer way of getting here and dealing with the situation. And this is another fun enemy. And I actually do mean that. I really love the large enemies in this game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Ooh, our damage... Okay, our damage is alright. I was about to say our damage is not great, but actually it's fine. Oh. No! Ooh! Caught him with just the tip, chat. Just the tip of the blade. That's got the blue... That got us the blue dancer charm. More importantly, another cave done. Another cave bites the dust. Another cave bites the dust. And another cave's done. And another cave's done. Another cave bites the dust. Hey, we defeated it. Another cave, yeah. Bada bum, bum, bum. Another cave bites. Okay, that's enough of that. Alright. So that being done, this area is done. Again, we're going to save this stuff. Yeah, I want to save this whole upper area for later. So coming back to this, all of this is done all through here. I'm double checking my map as I speak to make sure that is in fact factually correct information. Yes, yes, did all this. We've done all this down here. We got the world boss still roaming around there we need to deal with. We need to hit these ruins. We got the beach down here we can go do some stuff at. Got up there. Got some graves here. And then we got another thing there. Alright. Let's go start doing that stuff. It's like I said, chat. Once you start hitting that groove, it's not bad. I'm going to go and start working my endurance, actually, because I'd like more stamina and more equip load. And I would like it now, rather than later. I'm also going to do my things a little out of order. We're going to go down here first, simply because this is a spot that it's easy to forget about, to be honest. So you come down here to fight this guy up ahead. He gives you the actual gravitas. It's not great. It's nothing to write home care about. But you also get this, which is an item in the tutorial when you first spawned in the game that you could see up on a ledge you couldn't reach. Well, that's how you reach it, and that's what it is. It's the Halidrake Talisman. Again, chat, it's nothing special. Nothing to write home about, but it's there. So, get it if you want it. It gives you, I believe, it's either fire or lightning resistance. Not a large amount. There are better versions that you can find. But again, it's there if you want it. And we'll kill the crab because we're here, and the crab decided to pick a fight. Some of y'all might argue I picked a fight with the crab instead of it picking a fight with me. The devil's in the details. No, we're going to do the last thing down there in the ruins last. So I'm going to do my icons. All sorts of in the wrong order. But I'm doing them this way for a reason. This enemy, don't kill him, chat. Don't go fight that guy. If you do choose to go fight that guy, just know that whatever happens, you brought it on yourself. And if you go fight him on your own playthrough, you will very quickly understand what I mean by that. As I said, I ain't going to. You can go do it if you want. So another graveyard. Again, these are really great for just running through because they always have a bunch of free runes laying, free rune items laying on them. And again, those are useful. Where you at? There you are. You look like you're probably just a health upgrade guy. You are. Again, the free runes are useful because, of course, free runes are nice. And they're really great for holding on to, and when you're about to level up, you pop them. Or like if you're, just a little bit shy of your next level up, instead of waiting, trying to gather more, going out farming, hold on to your runes and then pop them. Ah, we got ourselves poison, chat. Poison sucks. Really hate to use one on boluses, but I need to, because poison is just the worst, chat. And honestly, this enemy in here that's causing the poison is also the worst. So, do we have any fire? Got a fire grease. So, you notice we've set this on fire now. Ow, and it hits back. By setting it on fire, it stunned it for a minute, which was great. There we go. That's the worst thing in this area. Now that we dealt with that, we can deal with all the little flowers a lot easier. Poison sucks. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It does just enough damage to be annoying, really. But the thing is, if you're not expecting it, the poison absolutely can kill you. But even if you are expecting it, you can deal with it. But if there's other enemies around, whew, like I said, over time, that buildup will become lethal. Alright, so now we have to... where's it at? We have to go around and drop. There's some sort of item up top. I don't remember what it is. It's probably not useful. But I'm a completionist. And though this is no walkthrough of this game by any means, I'm going to show you all as much of it as I can. So, like I said, I am no fighting cowboy. If you want an amazing walkthrough, again, go look up Fighting Cowboy on YouTube. I cannot recommend him enough. Awesome streamer, awesome YouTuber. I really enjoy his content. Yeah, Trina's Lily. Yeah, it was a crappy It was a real crappy upgrade item. Or not even upgrade item. Alright, let's go fight our boss, chat. Little did y'all know that this is the episode where all we do is fight bosses. And we're going to fight the Pumpkinhead. This guy can be problematic. Luckily, we're pretty strong. Bad Pumpkinhead down. He can be an issue depending on what weapon you're using, because his head, if you hit it, you just bounce off. No, whoops, we almost forgot to hit our level, or hit our grace. Let's get that grace, chat. And what does that get us? Oh, it gets us access to a pretty cool person, chat. This is Selin. Selin, again, has her own quest line, and this is your early game sorcery teacher. So, basically, she tells you she's a witch. She was exiled from the Magic Academy, basically the Hogwarts of Elden Ring, and she, again, will give you sorceries. So, for now, we have nothing further to do with her. We're not going to utilize her sorceries. This isn't that type of playthrough. But if you want access to them, she's there. So again, if you are a sorcerer player, this is your first place to learn new spells. Sorcery scale off intelligence. In our case, we are a strength dex build. Alright, so we're going to come fight our way through a bunch of this crap. Ow. Now we're doing this purely to get access to what's in that caravan. As you can see, horseback combat can be a little wonky. But then, a lot of this game can be a little wonky. Horseback combat, however, is also extraordinarily safe if you utilize it like I just did, doing hit and run. Because your horse has its own health bar. Now, if Torrent... I say horse. Obviously, this thing's clearly not a horse, but... Now, Torrent can be hit hard enough that he will be dismissed, and you have to re-summon him. He can also be killed. Now, if Torrent is killed... you can use one of your health charges to bring him back. A lot of the times it's better just to, you know, probably go somewhere and reset by resting in a grace. But it is an option. If you really need Torrent, you can sacrifice one of your own health items to get him back. Alright, next we're going to go up this way. Is there a graveyard down here? There's not. We want to follow this and do all this upper area here. Which is not really a lot here. Just some dudes being duty. There is, of course, a boss that spawns over there at night. We'll get to that. We're just going to follow the path up. We just want to go to this upper area. Other than that, we're not really doing much down there. There's not a lot. Elden Ring is an amazing game. It's an awesome game. It's large. There's lots to see. There's lots to do. In some ways, it does. One of the few complaints I have about the game, because I do consider this to be an almost perfect video game. One of the few complaints I have, though, is that a lot of the... sometimes some of the map does feel like it's large just to be large. Not because there's really content there. Like I said, that's like really one of the only complaints I have, and that's a very minor complaint in the grand scheme of things. I'm just grateful they gave us what they did, to be honest. The great Miyazaki in the sky. Alright, I believe there's another item somewhere around here. Can't remember exactly. Of course, there's the bears. Bears, we're on the other side of the canyon now. We already got the item in the canyon. I believe we've hit this. Let's go find out, because if we haven't, we can do so now. I think there's a cookbook, plus, of course, some bunch of gravestones. That's where the great Kenneth Height is. Is that death? Oh, that's not death. That was close. Okay, we had not done this. Good. Yes, that's right. That is where a cookbook is. So the cookbooks, they just have recipes, because there is the crafting. Unlike every other Souls game we've had up to this point, there's a full-fledged crafting system in this one. And it can be good. I mean, there's some good stuff. So I'll show it to you real quick. So like I said, there's all sorts of items you can make. Of course, a big one right here is the boluses. So you take, to get rid of your poison, that's one of the main things you're going to craft. We have pots. So these are like throwable items. I'm going to make some fire pots. Some fire grease to enchant our weapon with fire damage. Always a good option. Got bone darts, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of arrows, as you can see. Now, this is the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more stuff you can craft than what I just showed you all. We're going to want to go there eventually. Not right now, because it is the sun extraordinarily bad there. But we do eventually need to go deal with that. We also need to go fight at that boss up there. I keep forgetting about that. We got a boss there. We got a church here. Got a grace over here. Like I said, this map is huge. Very, very large, chap. Alright, back down to what we were actually working on. We got the ruins down here. And then we got this place over here that we got sidetracked from. So let's get unsidetracked and go clear this hill. Very easy to get sidetracked. Alright, we're going to clear the hill first, then we'll go do those ruins over there. That'll lead us to a whole new journey. This is why you don't want to kill this thing, chat. Oh, it knocked me off my horse. Oh, God! No! The game's scariest enemy. Oh, God. This is why you don't kill it, chap. No, reset. Woo! That is why you don't kill that until you are way more powerful than I am. That was a rune bear. And in my opinion, they are the worst enemy in this entire game. And when I say worst, I don't mean badly designed. I mean straight up danger. They are the most dangerous enemy in this game, bar none, to me. Are there other enemies that hit harder? Yes. Are there other enemies that have their own worst mechanics? Yes. But I don't think there's any other enemy that has the combination of a really dangerous moveset combined with their sheer aggression. That's what gets you the rune bears. They're so aggressive that you have no time to bat. Ow. I had a feeling I was going to suffer because I didn't go after that caster first. That's what makes the rune bears just so nasty. Ow. Will you stop it? Will you? Anyway, rune bears. Really aggressive. It sucks. So that Royal House scroll I just got there, that is how you access new miracles and new sorceries in this game. You find scrolls, and then you take those scrolls and you turn them in to teachers who will then be able to teach you those new spells. We have already met our sorcery teacher, which is, of course, Selin, as we already discussed. We have met, last stream, we met one of our potential faith teachers. There is another faith teacher as well as another sorcery teacher. We'll get to that later. For now, just know you've got options. I would advise you to hold on to all of your scrolls for this point in time. So we're just going to work our way through this camp. There's a couple items here. These guys, for the most part, are non-combatants. I mean, if you get close enough, they will take a swing at you, but for the most, like I said, for the most part, they're not going to fight you. Let me double check, make sure we didn't miss anything back here. It doesn't look like it. There's a dude over here. Hi, duder. I know. Y'all didn't really deserve this. Y'all were living your life. Then Shadova came along. Made everything worse. What do we got? So we got that guy. Which we want to pull him back. Alright. Let's sneak up on the horse guy here. See if we can't knock him off his horse pretty quick. Which we did. Oh, there it is. There's that ground animation I was trying for. The dismounter. Dismounter is a great... Oh, I never knew this was here. I never knew that. Anyway. The dismounter is a great heavy curved blade. So, let's talk about that, or curved greatsword. Weapons in this game have different categories. So the dismounter is like the worst version of the Bloodhound Fang. Then of course you got katanas. You got your curved swords. You got your heavy thrusting swords, which, I mean, check that thing out. It's pretty neat actually. I've always wanted to use this thing. I've never come around to it, but it's actually, I do really like it. Anyway, of course you got your great swords, you know, your claymore style weapons. You got your straight swords, this is your classic long sword. You got your daggers. You have scythes. Very cool weapons indeed. Of course you got a whole bunch of polearms. You got halberds, you got spears, you got great spears. You got flails. This was the first Souls game to have a flail in it, which I thought was pretty cool. Clubs, axes. I mean, there's a lot of weaponry. That's what I'm trying to say here, chat. Basically, no matter how it is that you want to play this game, there's a weapon for you. Alright. Let's go clear out Fort Height. I know, I'm all over the place. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to Round Table Hold and see if we can't upgrade our weapon yet to get some more damage, chat. I think that's what we're going to do. Has Roderica showed up yet? She has not.
Well then.
No one's got any new dialogue for me yet.
It will lead you to.
Well, he does. He wants me to go talk to somebody we've already met.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arms.
Lay out your arms, then. We can strengthen the Bloodhound's Fang. Very nice. So you notice when we strengthen it, you see the attribute scaling down at the bottom, DC. That tells you how much damage you're getting from your stats. So you see on the weapon where it says physical, it's got 141 plus 42. 141 is the base damage of the weapon. 42 is the damage I'm getting from my attributes, from my strength and my dex score. The letters, of course, it starts at, I think it's E, and goes up to A, and then to S. Classic Japanese system. So, the higher the letter, the better. So, this weapon currently gets more damage from dex, but we will change that eventually. So, we can make it nice, very nice. We can make it a +2 already. We need to get 3 more stones, and we can make it a +3. Or, sorry, we need to get a Somber 3. That's what we need. So, we've done that. The other thing we could do, which I don't think we can do it just yet. Yeah, we can't do it just yet. Alright, so that just made our weapon hit a bit harder, chat, which is what we wanted. Alright, now let's go see about clearing out Fort Hyatt. Again, we're all over the map, and that's okay, because we're trying to get things done. We're trying to get content done, chat. So if you remember last stream, we met the great Kenneth Haight, as he calls himself. And this is his fort. And he wants you to free it from the demi-humans. The demi-human scum, I believe is his exact wordage, actually. So we're going to do so. If we don't get absolutely wrecked by these guys. We do have a pumpkin head incoming. Are you serious? And a demi-human? What are you doing here? Ow! Okay, we're about to die. We're about to die. Let's back off and heal. Oh my god. He's being unusual. Oh, chat. That one hurts. I'm going to clip that. It hurts so much. Oh, chat. That's the first time that I can recall that I've died from this little encounter. This weapon's made me a little bit too cocky, I'm starting to think. Wow. I'm really screwing the pooch. Let's get off this damn horse. Let's quit fucking around on Torrent. And let's do this carefully. So he's going to run over there and get involved in some stuff. While he does that, let's clear out the surrounding enemies. I'm going to let him go far enough. Alright, you know what? What we can do is let's use a shield, chat. Let's be smart about this. We have a shield. There we go. Much better. You know what? They can mind their own business over there. Let's go clear out this fort. So there's an upstart knight, if I recall correctly, that Kennethite's all complaining about. That's what he wants us to come deal with. We're gonna move quickly and assuredly. Hey, Lorena, over on the YouTube side of things. How are you? Rats! Let's back off and heal. We are getting way too careless. I am not playing. Oh, get away from the explosive barrel. Woo! Let us not get exploded today. As I was about to say, chat, we are not playing up to what I consider to be my normal snuff. I am very sloppy at the moment. Hey, Lorena. I am not doing a speed run, if that's what you mean, though I would love to get into speed running. No, we are doing a in preparation for the DLC that got announced June 21st, by the way, in case you didn't know, Shadow of the Erdtree. I am working on getting a character ready, a quality build. Mother, didn't even notice that guy. I'm working on getting a quality build ready to go into the DLC. And I've actually never fully completed the game. I've gotten about 3/4 of the way through, and then I always end up making a new character or something coming up. So I decided, you know what? We need to finally beat Elden Ring all the way through, have a character ready to go for New Game Plus when the DLC drops. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to get through the game finally. And I thought, you know what? I've not streamed it either, so I'll stream my playthrough. So that's what we're doing, and I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. So I'm working Elden Ring in amongst the other games I stream. I'm going to try and devote at least a few hours every week to it. As our Dectus Medallion, chat. That will come up later. That's one of the key items we need to access some stuff. You're doing it as well? Cool. What build are you, do you have a build in mind you're going for? I love hearing about people's Souls game experiences. The builds they enjoy, you know, the routes they're taking, all that. Also, you asked me about doing a run. Are you a speedrunner by chance? Alright, chat. So that's the great Kenneth Hyatt. We have got his fort back. You're from Germany, so if you're speaking wrong, you're sorry. You're perfect. You're perfectly fine. Do not worry about it. No one should ever apologize for their potential misuse of the language. We should just be grateful that we're able to communicate at all. So again, chat, great Kenneth Hyatt. He wanted us to go deal with some stuff, kill the knight, retrieve his castle. We did so. We're gonna talk to him. He's all happy he's all happy you did it. He's talking about rewarding you. Gives you this cool little dagger. Basically goes on about how he's waiting for the next rightful ruler, and he offers to knight you. So we're gonna pledge our service, and we're gonna head to his fort that we just cleared out to get knighted. And he's gonna go establish contact with the demi-humans, because he says that in the old days, in the days of the Golden Order, that demi-humans and humans lived in peace and harmony. Well, let's go see how that's going for him. So first thing we notice, no more enemies down through here. Also, we're not getting shot at. That's a good sign, right? And we come up in here, and there's a bunch of demi-humans now. And unlike what he says, they are not terribly friendly, chat. So, this is pretty simple, chat. Not much to it. You're just gonna, you know, cleave your way through, dispose the enemies, grab your goodies when you can, and just work your way to the top. You like to do level 1 runs only, or bow runs and everything? Nice. I would like to do a bow only run of all the Souls games, and then a level 1 run of all the Souls games. So you get here, and basically he's all upset that Godric, one of the demigods, has basically just let the land go to waste. And he's searching for a true and proper lord. So, that takes care of him. So at this point, chat, we've completely done this zone. The Mistwood. There's nothing left for us to do in the Mistwood. We've done all of the southern portion of is this Limgrave? Yes, of Limgrave here. We've done everything up through here other than the night boss, which we'll get back to. We've done everything up through here. So of course we have a item here we can go get. We got a world boss over here. We've not really touched anything past this gate, other than bits and pieces. We've done all through there. The Claymore is a great weapon. Like to go in with just a sword and a shield and nothing more. Yeah, that's a great way to handle it. Alright, we're going to go. We're not going to deal with the dragon just yet, chat. We're going to go hit these ruins up ahead. There's a couple of items, including one amazing item that I almost built my character around. Of course, luckily, I still could if I really wanted to. We'll talk about that later. Also, there is actually a painting. So that painting you saw me get earlier, chat, those paintings reveal hidden goodies in the world. None of them are like really great, in my opinion, but yeah, for completion's sake, we're going to get them as we can. Incantation Scarab. It's not a very good item. Makes your incantation slightly better, or lowers the FP they use, maybe. I don't remember exactly what it does, because again, it's a pretty forgettable item. It's not terribly great. Ow! Quit! Why has my sword been put away? Alright. Dog! More dog! Dogs are the worst, chat. Sorry, what's that? What's that, Lorena? You didn't know? I am by no means the most skilled of players. However, when it comes to my knowledge, I will say that I think I probably know a fair amount about the Souls games that maybe even like the more hardcore player base doesn't know. I do like to look up information and know things about these games, lore-wise as well as mechanical. Feral flame of a cockabur. Alright, so chat, we're going to roll through your other things, pictures. Oh yeah, there are, I'm trying to think how many there are off the top of my head. There's quite a few of them. Again, none of the items I think are particularly great, so don't worry you're missing out by not getting them. You come here, Rat. Yeah, the lore of Elden Ring, I mean the lore of all the Souls games in general, I love. I love the way they do their storytelling. I love the theme that, I love that good and evil aren't cut and dry. I love that there's a lot of nuance. Where the hell am I? I love that I'm lost right now inside this place. Where am I trying to go? There's what I'm trying to get to. Good lord. There we go. I love that there's not, like I said, a dedicated good and evil path. There's arguments to be made in all directions. Lore of Souls games are one piece of my heart. Your heart? Yeah, they're really good. Well, chat, this is the weapon that I nearly built this playthrough around. This is the Twin Blade. First introduced in Dark Souls 2, was my favorite weapon in those games. That's the one-handed moveset. Listen, it's cool, but check out the two-handed moveset. Oh, baby! How sexy is that, chat? Boom! Such a cool weapon. I might still pull it out and use it. We'll see. Alright, chat. Now, are you all ready to see what Elden Australia looks like? And you'll find out real quickly why we call it that. So this is something that, when the game first came out, this is the point right here where a lot of people got frustrated, died, or quit. It does remind me of Darth Maul around. Actually, if you use a Blood Flame Blade, which is an incantation with it, it's a great Darth Maul cosplay. So you open this and you're like, what? What is this? A transporter trap? And maybe you don't think much about it the first chat. And maybe you don't even look at your map when you first appear. Maybe you're just like, what happened? Where am I? Well, don't worry. I'm going to open your map for you. So you appear in this place, and you're like, oh man, cool, a new area. This is a hidden level. Then you look at your map, and you're like, whoa. Especially if you hadn't done like I've done and run around a lot. You're like, whoa, I'm way over here. Then you go outside this door, and you try and hit one of these enemies. And you realize you are in a high-level zone, and that things are bad. That guy right there, those enemies are horrendous. And this place will kill you very quickly. Ooh, just like that. So, what you want to do is exactly what you just saw me do, chat. Just run. Just get out of there. You're not meant to be here now. You could, with a fair amount of skill and a fair amount of luck, you could fight your way through all that. You don't want to. Trust me. Just go. So, you cannot travel to the site of grace until you rest at one. So you get out of here. Same thing. I don't think you can even travel yet. Okay, you can. So actually, once you get there, you could travel out. Like I said, you get here and you look around, you're like, oh my god, this is awful. And it is awful, chap. But we're going to exploit the hell out of it to get access to a couple more things real quick. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit this guy. Again, this is nothing useful. You don't need what we're about to hit, but again, the completionist in me wants to go ahead and get it now while I can. So you just stand here and you wait for the little guy to come on back, and you hope you hit your swing. Let's see if Shadowban manages to hit his swing first time. So it loops around, I believe. Here it comes. Oh, and Shadowban missed his swing. That's upsetting, chat. That's very upsetting. Okay. Well, we get two swings at it right here. That's why it's very handy that someone put this message down here. Hey, there we go, chat. So we grab our poison armament. This is the swamp of Aeonia. This is your poison swamp. It's the first poison swamp you're going to find. And again, it is not a good time. Lots of nasty enemies out here, guys that can knock you off. It's just, all in all, an awful place to be. So, we're not going to spend a lot of time here. We're just going to follow this. We're looking for a grace. There's a grace somewhere. Right out in the street. There it is. I see it off in the distance. If you get knocked off your mount here, by the way, folks, you're done. Just fair warning. You ain't recovering from it. So, do not, I repeat, do not get knocked off your mount here. The wife is behind me, and the doggo, and the sneezos. There they go. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Lorena. You're not the first person that's told me that about my voice. I assume that's a good thing. I will be your going to bed ASMR. That's fine by me. Oh, the little bastard hit back. Alright. There was absolutely no point in doing that. So, there's a few items here. There's a few things you could get. We're not going to spend a lot of time here, chat. We don't need most of the items that are here. About the only thing we're going to do is run up here. We're going to clear out Caelid, which is what this region's called. We're going to clear out Caelid in its proper time and place. There's not, for mages, a bunch of the best items you could want are here. There's actually a staff, both a staff and a spell right here pretty close to where we're at, honestly, that will carry you through the entire game. You could literally use it, and just it, for the rest of the game, and you would be able to complete it without any issue, bar none. We are not planning on doing that. For strength builds, there's an amazing weapon up through here. It's actually further over here. That again will carry you through the game if you wanted to use it. So, trying to think, is there any real reason to make this loop now? I mean, there is a bunch we could do down to here, but we don't need to do all that. We are going to go ahead and head here and go get that other item. Like I said, let's clear out what we can. Good, we do not have a bunch of runes, because we're likely about to lose them. We still cannot put back on our good armor. Do we have any other lighter? Can I make this work? Can I put on, do I have lighter pants? No. At best, that's what we could do. Even taking off the helmet doesn't fix it. Yep, we gotta keep that off for now. Still can't wear a chest piece. And have the shield as well. Yes, Lorena, there are smithing stone 9, 8, and 7. There's smithing stones up to 25? Hold on. There's the 1, 2, smithing stones go up to 10, I believe, in a regular smithing, and then same with the sombers. Yeah, they go up to 9, and then the 10 is always called a slab. Alright, let's go try and get inside them. This is very dangerous, and the reason why it's dangerous is we're about to encounter another rune bear. We just fought a rune bear. Well, we didn't fight it. We ran from it. And as you can see, there's a bunch of wolves here. So this rune bear is fighting a bunch of wolves. Why it's fighting a bunch... Oh, God, and we got caught in the crossfire. That's the worst thing I could have had happen. Alright. We got what we wanted. We got the smithing stone, too, which you don't even need to get, chat. There's no real reason to get it. There's way easier smithing stones to get. Don't be like Shadowman. Don't come in here and get that. You don't need to. Now we run. And we just keep running. And we keep running. And we keep running. Alright, it finally cleared out. So we can cross that off. Now we're going to take out Summon Water Village. So you remember I talked about this guy earlier in the game chat. I was like, there's a boss here. It's kind of a pushover, but didn't want to deal with him then. Well, we're going to deal with him now. This is the Tibia Mariner. He's an annoying guy. He mainly just summons other enemies to fight you. He's not particularly dangerous himself. It's really the enemies he summons that are potentially a problem. I mean, just don't get hit by stuff and you're fine. Again, easy to dispose of. The only real threat are the enemies he spawns. And like that, it's over. Easy fight, chat, right? And that gets us a death root as well as the skeletal militiaman ashes. So we've not talked about ashes up to this point, chat, so let's talk about them. So the ashes are effectively, they are summons. Hey, Crypto Lock, that's right, easy peasy. So the ashes are summons. What I mean by that is early on in the game, I got an item from the witch, Renala. That item lets me, the summoning bell, lets me get these ashes that you see me pick up and summon them. They cost FP, though later ones will cost health instead. And it's basically like summoning, computer-controlled characters into the world to help me fight. There's a whole bunch of different ashes, and they all have different strengths, weaknesses, and they can be leveled up just like your weaponry can. So, I'm probably not going to utilize them much because I rely on them too much, honestly, in the past playthroughs. And I want to focus more on my skill, or lack thereof, if we're being honest. Alright, let's take a look here. What else we want to knock out, chat? At this point, we have knocked out basically everything that's in the lower area. Lorena, would you like to stream with me one day? I like you? Potentially, yeah. Here's what I would do on that note. For everybody watching right now, of course, we're going on for almost 2 hours, so obviously now's a great time to mention, hello there, Shadowman. If y'all enjoyed the stream, please consider subscribing, consider following. If you're on YouTube, consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, ring notification bell. If you're on Twitch and you want to help support the stream directly, you can donate your tip with the buttons down below my panels, or use your bits on the stream in a variety of ways, including Dixper to scare the hell out of me, which is always fun for everybody. But one of the big things you can do is join the Discord to be part of my community. I just put the Discord link up in the Twitch chat. I'm grabbing my Discord link now to throw it in the YouTube chat. So, if you'd like to talk to me directly, have some input on what games I play, and just be able to kind of hang out and be a bigger part of the community, that's the main way you can do so, folks, by joining the Discord. So we're going to go here to Aghill Lake North, and we're going to fight a night boss. Now, these things are fun. I like these enemies a lot. Yes, Crypto Lock. This is different from the D&D Discord. This is my stream / YouTube specific Discord. This is my business Discord, you could say. So I've mentioned before that at night bosses come out and more powerful enemies. And we're heading right now to fight one of them. These are Night Riders. There are a bunch of these throughout the world. They fight in different ways. They have different weapons. The most important thing is they are powerful. They are rough. So you can fight them one of two ways. You can do what I'm doing now, which is to fight them from horseback, which is honestly not the best way. Or you can dismount and fight them, which I honestly think is easier. Buddy, you good? You good? There he comes. Boom! Big hit. Oh, no. I don't need your friends joining in. Let's kill you quick. Alright. Now let's get back to the business of defeating the Night Rider. Will you quit? There's what we wanted. Oh, we didn't get the big hit. That's alright. It's over. That is Night Rider number 1. Our first one. He drops repeating thrust, Ash of War. Yeah. Again, nothing to write home about, folks. Okay, Lorena. Now, I won't be streaming tomorrow, Lorena. The next time I will be streaming will be Monday night, which I am in Eastern Standard Time. So, for example, right now for me it is 8:30 p.m. So next time I will be on will be Monday, 7 p.m., somewhere between 6 7 p.m. Just stay tuned to my Discord. If you join it, that's the best way to be notified of when I'm going live, as well as what I'm choosing to play. Alright, chat. So we finished off that. Yeah, I'm feeling a little antsy. Let's go fight a dragon. Let's go knock out the dragon. Dragon's not really too hard. There's a couple different ways you can fight it. A lot of people prefer the run around and attack its feet method. Not sure exactly how I'm going to handle it yet. Hey, we're back to being able to be armored and have a medium load still. Excellent. I think I'm going to try the head method. So, again, Fighting Cowboy, who is my go-to streamer / YouTuber, mainly YouTuber, for all things Souls-like. His preferred way of dealing with the dragons is to just go head on. Just stay in their face. That method works if you have a big weapon. If you have a normal weapon, it ain't going to work too well. But let's see it. There he is. Boom! And he comes in and just immediately wrecks everyone. Oh, no. Hey, what's up, dragon? Alright, let's get a bite. Will you bite me? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, he's mounted up. That's fire, so we want to run to the left. Ooh, that looks great. Oh, no. That is potentially death. Okay, it didn't kill me this time. As you can see, your biggest enemy a lot of the times in Souls games is the camera. I would actually recommend not having your camera on for dragons. Basically, lock on as you need it, but then undo the camera. There we go. So we intentionally baited out this attack. Now, as you can see, I'm able to hit the head because I have this big weapon. If I didn't have this big weapon, I wouldn't be able to get these head attacks in. And even then, I'm still missing quite a bit. Wow, I managed to go this whole time and not stagger the dragon either. I'm surprised. I did overlock him into this animation, which is nice. There we go. There we go. And that is it, chat. That is Dragon 1 down. Great enemy failed. Feels good. A new draconic power is available at the Cathedral of Dragon Communions. That's like we talked about earlier, chat. As you defeat the dragons, you're going to get their hearts, which you can then turn in for spells. Now, dragon spells are arcane primarily, and then I believe after arcane it is summer faith, summer intellect. I can't remember exactly on that front, but just know that you're primarily needing an arcane build. So let's talk about builds. So you can play Elden Ring, just, running around, putting points wherever you feel like it, all that good stuff. It's not recommended. Ideally, you want to get one of your stats up to 40 ASAP, along with getting your vigor up as high as possible. So your build basically dictates what your main stat is going to be, your attacking stat. So let's look at so you got vigor, that is your health. You have mind, that is your focus points, that's your mana for casting spells. You have endurance, that's your stamina, as well as how much gear you can equip before you weigh down. Strength, obvious, that's your strength, big weapons, great axes, clubs. Dexterity, that's your katanas, your curved swords, your spears. Intelligence, that is your, again, sorcery stat. Faith is your incantation, your miracle stat. And arcane is your special status effect, your bleed, your item find stat. And there are some weapons and stuff to scale off arcane. Ideally, you're going to want to get your vigor and your endurance up pretty high. Then after that, you're going to want to pick one of those other stats to be your primary stat. If you're a caster, obviously you're going to focus all in on intelligence plus mind to have mana to cast spells. Same if you're a miracle user or an incantation user, you'll do the same with faith. If you're a strength build, you go all in on strength. If you're what's known as a quality build, which is what I am, that means you're putting equal points in the strength and dex, so you have the widest variety of options of weapons you can use. So that's a quick and dirty version. So before I activate this chat, I want you to notice I have blue eyes. We're going to pick up yeah, you see these are faith arcanes. These are incantations. Have a good night, Lorena. We're going to pick up Dragonfire. And you saw that we ate the heart. Now let's look at my eyes again. Still blue. As we keep doing this, our eye color will change. There's a couple different eye colors you can get in this game. We're going to leave the Tree Sentinel alone. That's the boss that was down here. He is kind of a big deal. He's a little rough. We don't need to mess with him right now, so we're not going to mess with him. Oh, let's think. There's still a camp here that I actually need to clear out, which I've not done. Now, we've done all the lower area other than going down here. Normally, I would do this entire area down here before coming up north. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit. I'll take the old Storm Hill Shack. So we need to check. What is Roderica up to? She left. She's still here. She's still here.
A pleasure to see. Did you give that I love them?
Yep. Gave somebody somewhere your message. So we're gonna run around. We're gonna knock out. We're not gonna fight this just yet because this is a horrible fight. It's another early game skill check. But we are going to go through and collect a few items in this area real quick. Now you'll notice that I am killing a lot of things. Honestly, one could argue I'm killing too many things. A good lesson to learn in the Souls franchise is how to just avoid enemies altogether. How to avoid them, how to not deal with them. They do place enemies in prime positions to mess with you, to lure you in. Miyazaki loves his traps, and lures. And getting in the mindset you got to kill every single thing will certainly cause you to have a bad time. Now you can't kill every little thing, and in fact in Dark Souls 2, enemies actually eventually quit spawning. There's a finite amount of enemies. That is a Dark Souls 2 thing. Every other Souls game does not have that. They spawn in unlimited amounts. You'll notice I'm not messing with the jellyfish. If the jellyfish are blue, they are friendly. They are your friends. Leave them alone. Don't hurt blue jellyfish. If they're red, they're mad. They're still your friends. Okay? They're just a little upset. Something peed them off. Don't hurt jellies. Jellies are friends. Remember the SpongeBob episode where he's going, it's one of the first episodes where he goes jellyfishing. And he sings the friendship song. Have those thoughts in your heart. Leave jellies alone. Jellies are friends. So we're going to collect a couple items down through here. I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab this Starlight Shard. Starlight Shards, you can use them to slowly refill your focus. Or your... I just call it mana. What do they actually call that? FP. Focus points. Your FP. Don't do that, chat. Don't do that. Don't waste them on refilling your focus. And I will explain why later. Just know they have alternate uses, and if you're using them to refill your FP, you are wasting them. Oh my god, we're both whiffing. There we go. Got ourselves another golem, much like the first one. That boss one we fought, plus the normal one. Just hit the legs, wear them out. They can drop their halberd. It's a rare drop. That wind really kicked in. Nice. Like I said, they can drop their halberd. It is a rare drop. Wouldn't get upset about it. I wouldn't worry about it if you get it. It's cool. It's not considered one of the meta best weapons, but that's another important thing about the Souls games. There are metas. There are, this is the best build, these are the best weapons, da-da-da-da-da, so on and so forth. If you want to follow that route, if you want to follow a meta build, go for it. More power to you. You're enjoying the game. It's your money. I didn't buy you the game. Play it how you want. If you want to just play it however you want, don't look things up. Use whatever you find. Go for that too. Play the game how you want to play it. Don't let anyone else tell you how. And honestly, skill at the end of the day is really more important than just about any build in this game. Builds do matter. Like I said, there are things that are better. They're just flat out better than others because of the stats, because of the numbers. But you can play this entire game with a broken sword and beat it if you know what you're doing. So again, I wouldn't focus and worry too much about things like what the internet says this is the best weapon or the best build. Play the build you want, even if it's not the best build. It's the best advice I can give you. The build you enjoy playing is going to be the best build for you. you want to play a spellcaster that dual wields great axes because it sounds fun, even though it means you're going to need both strength and intellect plus other stats, do it. It's your build, and if you're able to succeed with it, that's the right build. And that's all we'll say on that front, chat. Alright, there are some items through here. I could go up there where that troll is. There's a smithing stone. There's a couple like minor things down through here, but there's actually nothing of like note. So we're not really worried about that. Of course, we got this boss now. Again, we're going to put that off for a long time because that boss sucks. I think next we're going to run up here. We're going to get all this upper area done, I believe, including the camp. So there's something there, there's something there, there's something there, there's something there. And then we'll end by coming over here. And that is what we'll do now. There is a night boss here where we're about to go. I am not going to fight this guy at this point in time. Again, the thing that is here is very powerful, very nasty. We want no part of it. Okay, let's get all our stats up to 20. You know what? Okay, well, it didn't spawn anyway. Bernhardt is still there. Had he not been there, I would have at least considered it. But it is rough. Alright, let's head on down. We got our camp to take care of here. So, you want to go in. Let's get rid of the guys. More dog. There's always more dog. Come on, dog. Ow! You come quit. Thank you. Alright. What was that? What was that chime noise? Was there a chime here? Did they add chime? There was a chime there. I swear they've added chimes. I've never noticed those. Oh, big knight. I didn't realize there was a big knight there. I mean, I knew he was here, but... So you'll notice he can guard break you. He tried to. Oh, Lord. Let's go ahead and heal up. Woo. Alright, big knight's down. And we got his gauntlets. Oh, hey. Alright, so another quick tip here. I know there's still enemies here because I did not get my level up. Or my level. I did not get my flask refilled. It's a quick and easy way to know if there's still enemies around when you clear the overworld. Because again, if the enemies were all dead, I would have gotten my flask back. Because this is an enemy group. Alright. And if you think you're close to killing an enemy group, heal if you need to. Don't hold on to it, because you're about to get flask back. And there it is. There's the animation. We got our flask back. Alright, now we're going to run down here. We're going to open a chest. So that clears this cave out. We got our shield. Listen, we got a bunch of shields, but the shield we're currently rocking is the best shield there is at this point in the game. As far as the medium shields that can completely block an attack. Because not all shields can block attacks, chat. It's something we've not talked about. Ooh, had a little frame hiccup there. Some shields can only block part of an attack, chunks of attack, so on and so forth. Alright, so this is what we're looking for up here. We got the knight, and then we got an item up there. Let's get these two things knocked out. This knight's not too bad. Just if you come in at an angle, he won't notice you're there right off the bat, and you can clearly do what I did. Just rush him down, kill his horse, and then he's dead. That gives you Golden Vow. Golden Vow is a really powerful buff It's going to give you extra attack, damage, defenses. All in all, solid. Alright, now we're going to come over here. You do got to do it this way. Otherwise, you'll fall and die. We are going to dismount. That gets you the lance. I've never used the lance. I've actually never used any of the great spears. It's a weapon category I would like to use, because I am curious about it. You know, we might try it out at some point, but for now, it's enough that we got it. That's where you get it. Like I said, I've not used spears. I can't give you any information on if spears are good or not good. I don't know. Alright, we're going to stealth our way up here. There is a bug. We were able to hit it before it ran away. That's great. Otherwise, it would have jumped off. We would have had to jump after it. It's a whole thing. It's annoying. So on and so forth. And again, on the subject we spoke about earlier, chat, about not being afraid to look things up, to use a build, to use a guide. Extra Life, which you might have some opinions on. They have some people are disgruntled with them for certain practices they do. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to go into the details. But if you look up Extra Life Elden Ring map, they have a great interactive map, which you can filter in a variety of ways. But the main thing is if you just leave it be and just look at it, it will you will be able to get, or it will guide you to get every single thing in the game. Can't miss anything. There's another invasion that's going to happen here. So it's a great, even if you don't want to use it like all the time, it's a good thing to use to just check, to you know, see what you're missing or not missing. This is Recusant Henricus. Now you'll notice this is Recusant. That's different than the Bloody Fingers, and that'll be, we'll learn more about that later. Just know that the Recusants are more honorable duelists, whereas the Bloody Fingers are the invaders that are coming into your game to kill you. So I got the Duelist Finger as a multiplayer item, and let's talk about that real quick. Multiplayer. So you got Fur Calling Finger Remedies. You don't need these. Just kind of ignore they exist. You got this Finger Severer. If you're playing with someone and you want to get them out of your game, you can use this to kick them. You have the Gnarled Finger. This lets you put your summon sign down so the other players can then use their sign. Real quick, by the way, let's put on a group password. Let's go with a Cowboy. That is for Fighting Cowboy. I believe that is his password. Let's also do Prod. Prod's probably got a group. Prod is another great Souls content guy. So you put down the group passwords. Basically, anytime someone in a group kills a major boss or beats the game, if you're in it for a duration, you'll get a buff that gives you more souls, more runes. So, let's talk about this. The Duelist Finger. This lets me put a sign down, and another player can then summon me into their game to fight them. That's a way to do PvP. Now, the Souls community has always been real big on PvP. You could argue that PvP is the lifeblood of these games, because eventually the PvE, player versus environment, runs out. But when it does, the player versus player base is always there to pick up the pieces and keep playing these games. Even now, years later, there's still people playing the original Dark Souls PvP. I, myself, am not really big into PvP. If y'all really want, I might do a stream where I do a bunch of PvP. I don't do the invasion part for sure, which is where you invade people in the open world. Because one, if you get new players that are just trying to play the game, you know, it can kind of suck for them. But two, and honestly more importantly, is most of the time if you fight a bunch of people, or if you invade, you're going to get stuck in a fight against a multitude of people. It's referred to in the Souls community as ganking, where you have to fight a 3-on-1. If you ask 10 different Souls players how they feel about invasions, you get 10 different answers. All I'll say is I personally don't feel like fighting 3 people on one. I'm probably not good enough to fight 1-on-1. So, still there? You're still there. Alright, so we cleared all this upper stuff. It was pretty quick, as you saw. We still got 2 world bosses, which we're going to leave alone for a little bit. We still got a world boss down here, which we're also going to leave alone for a little bit. At this point, we have cleared, you know, basically if you do a loop like that. And we're back here to this point. So, let's go do just a couple more things, chat. Just a couple more things, and then we're going to call it a night. I think I do have to work early in the morning. So we are fast approaching that time when the sleepish Dovens is the sleepiest. So first thing we want to do is we want to run up on this guy. Excellent. We got our Ash of War. Next thing we want to do is we want to get past all these enemies out here. Just keep running. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Let's get inside. If you want to turn around and kill the enemies, you can. You don't need to. And we got a Grace. And we got a bunch of guys chase us. Now, this right here is your first, what we could potentially go do, is your first skill check of the game. Your first major boss is coming up. For most players, this is where the demo ended. And for most players, this might be where the playthrough ends, because it is a rough boss. I'm going to show you something that'll help you with it. So we're going to head down here to Murkwater Cave. You remember where we fought Patches earlier? Then we spared him. We're going to go back down. We're going to talk to Patches. Patches, well, it's a bit of a shitbag. We're not gonna lie about that, chat. But he sells some stuff, so you can sneak through. Just don't hit the thing. As long as you don't hit those, you can just go straight through. Yeah, see, nobody chases you. So there's Patches. So let's talk to Patches.
Well, nice and all a bit
Basically, Patch is going to be all, he's going to be all, there's a cave. Yeah, those are my bandits. I send them out to rob people. They bring me stuff. You know, down with the proletariat, all that.
But then again, and besides,
So basically now Patch is talking about the chest. He's all like, oh yeah, there's something cool inside it, but, you know, it's for a customer. You should leave it alone. But if you don't, it's fine. We'll come back to that. So, this is what we're here for. Briefly by into Margaret, once a prison to earth. The fetish bathed in gold and magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to keep our particular Omen under strictest confinement. Though faint, the shackles still retain vestiges of power, enough to trap the once bound Margaret on earth, if only for a short time. You're going to want that, chat.
cheers for that.
And then we're going to trick. We're going to... Oh my god. Oh, a transporter trap. Oh, no.
Well, well, well. I should have known, you scheming little thief. The gods demand vengeance. Vengeance!
So, you get transported. Patches talk some shit. This is classic Patches for every Souls game that he's in. He's always some sort of troll, and normally springs some sort of trap on you. So he spawns you next to a room bear. A couple of them. Honestly, just mount up and head northwest. Don't get near the room bears. Just head northwest and head to your nearest Grace. You actually, when you go through a teleporter trap, you cannot fast travel until you've rested at a Grace. So that's what we're doing. We're just running to a Grace, resting so we can get out of there. Now we're going to go back and talk to Patches again. So that item we bought, that shackle, that's the item you want before we go fight the major boss of this region. But there's a little bit more you can still do. You can go talk to Patches again. He is going to be deeply, deeply sorry about what he did. Not There he is. Oh, how in the blaze you're alive? You got me proper scared, poofing off.
Forgive you at any rate.
So he plays it off. He acts like, you know, nothing happened. He gives you a gesture.
Cheers for that.
And that's it. So, I would recommend checking out his inventory.
No.
So we bought the main thing, the shack. We bought the cookbook. But he's got some other items you can see. The stonework key, the paring dagger. He's got a wooden shield. He's got a bunch of things. Basically, if you want something from him, I'd recommend going ahead and farming now and buying it. He is going to move from this location very soon. Now, he's not hard to find. We're going to find him multiple times. But it is just kind of convenient to go ahead and get anything you want from him now, so you don't have to deal with it later. So, we have the ability to go fight our next major boss. But before we do that, we are going to be a little cheeky. I'm not going to do this downward area, so we're not going to go full cheek. Just a half cheek, if you will. So let's head back up here to Stormhill Shack. Mount up and just ride north. You don't need to fight anything. You can if you want to, of course, but it's completely unnecessary at this point. In fact, I missed my attack anyway, so, you know, can't fight him if I wanted to. But we're just going to roll north. Just keep rolling. Keep rolling. Lady up ahead, that is a finger reader. She'll take your hand, read your fingers, and basically give you a vague clue about what you can do. Now, it's important to note, it's not about what to do next, necessarily. This game is very linear. Or not linear, excuse me. This game is very free-form, very open. I mean, from here, without fighting... I mean, I could complete a massive chunk of this game without fighting a single named story boss. Eventually, I will hit a block where I have to, but it's not for quite some time. And even then, I don't have to fight them in order. So there's actually a whole lot of variance in how you can play the game and how you can do things. But for now, we're going to take this path. This is the hidden path to skip the first major boss. You just follow the path the zombie took, you know, down the bridge, follow the path around, and this spits you out behind the castle. Normally, you would need to complete Stormvale Castle to get to where I'm going. This is a way to get there without having to fight through it, and it gives you access to the next zone to the game, the next area the game would expect you to go. Gives you access to it early. So, there's some graces, there's some other stuff. We're going to duck in here real quick. So, we are now in Stormvale Castle. So again, if you followed the actual path, you would end up here. We got a ghost here that's talking about, "Dear maiden, take my grapes." And we got a Sherberry grape. That is a key quest item. It is essential to one of the actual alternate endings in the game, as well as a major quest line to get access to spells, abilities. There's a lot of content that has to do with, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. So you enter this room right here. There's a throne. This is going to come back up. And then there's this door right here. If you played through this area normally and defeated the final boss, the demigod, the shard bearer of Stormvale Castle, you would open this door and come into it from this way. So, as I said, we came into the back door. Now, we are still going to have to fight. Well, you don't have to fight the demigods. You only actually have to fight 2. So, you can only fight 2 of the demigods to get what you need to advance to the end areas. There's actually a lot of this game that can be skipped if you choose to do so. We're not going to choose to do so. We're going to hopefully fight every boss and see all the content. So, this brings you to this. The Urnia of the Lakes. This is a beautiful zone. This is the level that has Hogwarts in it, for lack of a better term. You actually see it off in the distance there. Wait, is that it? Or sorry, there it is. That's something else. There's Hogwarts off in the distance. Bach is here.
To see you helped
So you
me
talk to Bach,
stand
and he basically
tall
tells you he's going to
back.
work as your seamster.
Master,
He's
do
going to
you
make
ever
adjustments
well,
to your
I don't
garments.
ask, I am your
So you could have done this yourself. It cost you like 500 runes if you do it. He'll do it for free. Basically what it amounts to is he'll take capes off. It's more or less what it amounts to. So like if I altered my current armor, the cape would be off. It would offer a little less protection, and it would also have a little, it would weigh a bit less. That's all it's up with that. Alright, we're going to run down through here. We're going to go through the graveyard real quick. There's an item in here somewhere. Is that the... Yep, there's the scroll. That's what we wanted. Now we're just going to go, because these are kind of nasty enemies that we don't want to mess with. I mean, we could defeat them. They're not that powerful, but we just don't want to. By the way, that's where you started the game and got killed probably by the starter boss. Just remember that. Same thing, run over here, get a warming stone. And now we leave. We leave and we head over this way to this church. Now, if you got a bunch of enemies following you, don't come in here. Never take enemies around an NPC, because likely you are going to be fighting and accidentally hit said NPC. And if you do and you kill them, there's no forgiveness in this whole game. You can permanently kill NPCs and lock yourself out of content. So this is Thought. He was a scholar that studied at Rhea Lucaria, which is the actual name of the academy. So basically, yeah, Rhea Lucaria. Basically, he left, and then the big nasty war happened, and they locked the doors, and he got locked out. He knows who Selin is. He admires Selin, but he tells you she's a witch, and she's really dangerous, and she got kicked out of the academy. He tells you about the key you need to get into the academy, and basically he says, hey, if you find an extra one, do you mind giving it to me? He also looks like Binging Babish, if you know who that is. If you don't, and you like cooking shows, look him up on YouTube. So we're going to head down this path now. Thought has a whole quest line as well. Pretty much every NPC has a quest line associated with them that will get you some exclusive items. But it is very, very easy to miss quest lines. We've talked about that a little bit. Now you notice, look at that, 3 hits. The enemies here are tougher. This is, again, you're expected to do this after killing your first lord. These enemies are a lot rougher, so be careful. Honestly, don't do what I'm doing. Don't even bother fighting these guys. Just run through here. If you want to grab that, grab it, but honestly, it's a little dangerous to do so. Just go. Just get out, chat. Alright, so this brings us to another vendor. So we're going to rest, just to reset any enemies that might be messing with this. Of course, we've got a new Secretaire, so our flasks are even more powerful, which is honestly one of the biggest reasons to do all this side content. Is getting more flask and more powerful ones really helpful. Alright, so we got another merchant. He's got some sorcery gear. He's got some more smithing stones. He's got S-Talk, which I love that weapon just because of the way it looks. So you can see this symbol here. This tells you where a map is for the area. And once you know that, it's very easy to navigate. So we're going to go straight from the map. Now, it is very easy. I'm going to run in and just grab it. And that was like the worst possible decision I could have made. Normally, split those guys up. Don't do what I just did. What I just did is highly reckless. Highly likely you're going to get hit. So, don't be like Shadowban. Be careful, lure him away, then grab it. We're going to grab another Grace, of course. And we're going to rest at it. Just be aware if these enemies are shooting projectiles at you for some reason when you rest to the grace, the projectiles don't go away. Yeah, see? Alright. You're going to just mount and ride. Don't stop. Don't engage. Don't grab anything. Just go. You do not want to mess with that thing. Hit this and travel. That enemy is horrible. Don't get near it. Just take the teleporter and get out. Again, we are not powerful enough to be here. We are just accessing some things that normally we wouldn't be able to access. So that spit us out up here. And lo and behold, we get a meeting place map that tells us where one of the keys likely is. Again, we're not going to interact with that right now. We're going to come back to this zone much later. Grizz, you like Benjamin Babish? Yeah, I do too. We're going to kill this guy just because we're standing here and we can. So you see how many hits it took us to drop him. That's how weak we are in comparison to this area. So again, just be careful. Wind your way around. We are now following the fighting cowboy route. You're just going to work your way around. You don't need to fight anything. So what we're trying to do now is just come over here. We want to get that right there because this is another seed. And as we discussed, seeds are how you get more flask. The more flask you have, the better you are. I believe there is another thing somewhere around there, but again, we'll come back to this. Now you're just going to follow this route. Basically, it's more or less a straight line. See that over there? That's another one of the worst enemies in the game. That's a giant lobster, and they are ungodly. You don't want anything to do with the lobster, chat. Leave the lobster be. So we're going to grab our map, and we're going to rest at another grace. Now, I'm going to pop up the map and show you part of why we've done this. Look how big this map is. But now look how much we've uncovered. So it's going to make navigating so much easier. So from here, there's a couple other things we can do. There's a quest here, which take you somewhere, or wait, no. Quest is down here. There's a quest there. There's some other things to do. We're not going to worry about any of that. We're going to go there. So just hop on your mount, go around, thread the buildings, try not to engage these enemies. Just take a wide path if you can. There's a couple items scattered through here. I mean, if you want to go grab some items, I mean, go for it. I mean, I'm going to. Some magic grease. Here is an NPC we met earlier. Basically, his companion was killed. This is his servant. They were killed by recusants, awful people that hunt and kill other tarnished. Sound familiar? It'll come back up. And now, again, you're just going to work your way around. If it's nighttime, by the way, don't do what we're doing. Alright, you want to try and get this guy if you can. You need these sombering stones. So if it's nighttime, don't go anywhere near that direction. Because there is a nighttime boss that will spawn. It will beat the ever-loving stuffing out of you. Don't get near it. So we find ourselves at another teleporter. There's a bunch of them through this region. We're going to take this one, and it's going to teleport us back across the way. Grab your map immediately. Turn around. Go grab your grace. Before you even think of doing anything else, just grab the map, grab the grace. Don't mess up, chat. And you'll notice that we are now on the west side of the map. So we now have the entire Liurnia Lake map unlocked. Again, big area, huh? Big area. Rest up. And then we're going to head north. Just follow the route. Again, you don't need to fight anything. You don't need to stop. Just follow the road without stopping. Don't fight any of these guys. These guys aren't bad. You could fight them. You just have no reason to. Jump at the wall. Rest at the grace to reset the enemy so you don't have them smacking me from behind. Excellent. Now that that's done, we're going to go talk to this giant. Giant blacksmith. Where did we hear about him? Blythe. When we defeated Darwall. Blythe told us if we ever encounter this guy to let him know that Blythe sent us.
I presume.
So he talks to you, basically tells you who he is. He's E.G., he works for the Carrion Royals. You tell him to take care of him.
If you come to, I am.
Yeah, he tells you to be careful because he's awful big. You can keep talking to him. He warns you that's Carrion Manor up ahead. That's another of our big dungeons. That's another one of the main story areas. He warns you not to go near there. This death trap's going to kill you. Tell him Blythe sent you. And he's basically a little friendlier. And he has some new stuff. So, he sells this, which is kind of meh, whatever. But this is the big thing. Smithing stones, somber stones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you buy all these stones, as well as a somber 5 that we got earlier, we should be able to take our weapon all the way up to a +5 right off the bat. Now, a +5 weapon is equivalent to a +10 regular weapon, give or take. Keep in mind the max for the boss weapons is a +10, so you're already basically halfway as powerful as the weapon could be. This is a huge, huge advantage at this point in the game, chat. I mean, by the time you finish that first Stormvale Castle, you might have a +3 regular weapon, give or take. Maybe up to a +4 or 5. So being able to have a +5 special weapon at this point is insanely powerful. And again, the best thing to do here, you could buy them, you could farm it up, however you want to do it. In my case, we're going to do the ball farm. So again, I've showed you this before, I'll show you it again. Go to the Far East, go to Lenny's Rise. At Lenny's Rise, you're just going to spawn, mount, head down, grabbing some items as you go because, you know, why not? As soon as you see the blue flash, turn and hug the wall, wait a couple seconds, then double jump. Boom. Ball Rex. As soon as you see the runes pop up, immediately open your map, fast travel back. Do it again. Again, this is your early game farm. There is a better farm coming up very soon. We will probably go ahead and do it. Show you how to get there and how to do it, just because, you know, if you're struggling with the game, but you really want to play it, it's a great way to help you give yourself that push you need. You can't really over-level in Elden Ring. Eventually, you will hit max level, which is 99 stats and everything, and it will take you years as a casual player to do that. As a hardcore grinder, it would still probably take you a good month or two of non-stop grinding to hit the actual level cap in this game. But even if you hit the level cap, there are still attacks that are going to one-shot kill you. There's still bosses that are just going to wear you out. So don't worry that over-leveling is going to completely take the challenge out of the game. What it will do is give you an advantage, especially in the first half of the game. And it'll give you a lot of variety in weapons and armor you can use because you're more powerful than you should be, and you have better stats, so you have a lot more variety in what you can use, so on and so forth. But it does take a lot of time. You don't need to over-level. I mean, you're going to be able to get through this game just fine without over-leveling, without putting that time in. But it's there if you want to do it. No judgment here. Play the game how you want. You bought the game, it's your money, it ain't mine. I don't care what you do. Alright, so that put us up over 10,000. I don't even remember what we needed. I didn't look. Let's just go back and take a look real quick and see what our cost is. So again, we already have, we need the +3s. We don't even need the 1s anymore.
Well, then I presume.
So, let's look at the 3s. Okay, yeah, so let's buy a 3. Strength armor, because he can do it. And now we need a 4. 4 is 6,000. We don't have enough. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go down to our runes and use our runes. We're just going to go ahead and use all of them just to make sure. You know what? Actually, we're at 15,000 right there. We're probably good. So we need a rune 4 now. Strength and armament. And now we need a 5, which we have. You also notice now that when we hit, if we manage to get to a +6, our scaling is going to go to a CC. So we'll get equal points from strength and dex. So again, we are now at a +5 weapon. That's crazy good. That's way better than you should have at this point in the game. We can go even further beyond, chat. We can go ahead and get a, I believe, a 6 and a 7, which we will talk about next stream. Because for now, we're going to end the stream here. We're going to head back to Round Table Hold. Again, we have a weapon way better than it needs to be. We have Roderica here. We're going to talk to her. She's going to tell you that she's happy she came here. It's good. She doesn't know what her purpose is. She's confused. She doesn't know what she's doing in life. You're going to run over here. You're going to talk to Hugh. He thinks you're dead. He's going to talk to you about the new girl. And she has a gift for spirit tuning. So now you're going to run back and forth a couple times. Talk to him, then talk to her. This is very easy to miss if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. So tell her to talk to the blacksmith. She's going to be all excited. She's going to have a potential purpose. So tell her to talk to the blacksmith. Go talk to Hugh again. Talk about Roderica. Ask him to watch over her. Tell him it's what she wants, and he'll do it. Go back, talk to her. Tell her basically everything's gravy, everything's set up.
I suppose I'll ask Ma.
Alright. You can rest here, by the way. It took me a long time to realize you can actually rest here. She's gone. Oh no. Where did she go? She's here on the floor.
Good to see you. Have you
So,
taken happily
you can talk to her.
and
Says y'all good stuff. Now you have spirit tuning. So, much like your weapons and your shields can be leveled up, your spirits can be leveled up using the Grave Glove Wart we've been getting in dungeons. This is how you do it. This is the different spirits. I'm not going to level up any of these, but you can. Just know that there is a limited amount of the Glove Wart. Well, to max it out, you can. We'll talk about that more as we continue. Eventually, you'll be able to buy some, but you'll never be able to buy the end piece. Same with your weaponry, by the way. So you're going to want to pick a couple things to stick to, but you got plenty of time before you get to that point. All right, chat. As I said, we made it back to Round Table Hold. We unlocked a whole bunch of the map. We did basically all of Limgrave, which is this central region, plus the Mistwood. That's all done. So all we really have left, again, is Stormvale, plus the Southern Peninsula. We're actually going to do the Southern Peninsula first, I think. I'm going to follow my normal pathing, because the Southern Peninsula is easier, actually, than Stormvale, and gives you a good boost in runes, and items, and equipment. There's some cool stuff down here. We're going to mark a couple world bosses real quick. There's a world boss down here. There's a world boss, I think it's around there. No, it's up here. Those are bosses that come out at night. There's a world boss over here. Well, not really a world boss. Basically, every time you see one of these giant trees on the map, there's a boss near it. There is not a world boss here, though there is some stuff in this area. There's a boss there. Yeah. Okay, that about covers that. Of course, up here, we still got a couple world bosses to deal with, but we'll get back to them. Alright, chat. So again, we're going to end here. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've had a good night. I know I have. I've enjoyed y'all coming out chatting with me. I've enjoyed playing Elden Ring again. It's been a while. So, if you did enjoy, again, please consider subscribing to the stream, following the stream. If you're on YouTube, consider a like, comment, subscribe, ring notification bell, all that good stuff. But wherever you're at, I hope you have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. I love you. You're doing great. And I'll see you next time.